I've been saying for a while now, a new era is dawning in video games, and many of these devs, they're going to have to adapt if they want to survive. It really started, in my opinion, with the big loot box scandal with Battlefront 2, with EA, who would have guessed, where gamers, to use the meme, rose up. They're like, you know what, this is garbage, and not only are we going to not play it, we're going to scream about how it's garbage from the rooftops so everyone around us knows. And it's the latter part, really, that's starting to kill them. That's why you'll sometimes see people use that as a defense. They're like, oh, if you don't like it, just don't play it, don't buy it. You don't have to criticize and be mean about it. Well, those people are right. We don't have to do that. We don't have to criticize these games. But we can if we want to. You got like the game journalists, they don't like that much either. That's why they go on their rants like we saw with the reception of Diablo Immortal. Oh, you stupid entitled gamers wanting a real Diablo game. You're not supposed to have an opinion, you're just supposed to listen to our opinion, which is buy the games of whoever is paying us the most today. And not only are we seeing the amplification of consumer power in this arena, but there are just so many great games releasing year-round now. This is something else I've been almost sort of complaining about. There's just too much great stuff to play. I can't keep up with it all. Both these things combined, and the companies cranking out garbage are really starting to take a hit. Most recently, Battlefield V, which I can't remember what that V stands for, and Fallout 76. Both of these titles have just been getting lambasted. It's been pretty hilarious to watch, actually. And let's actually talk about the more recent Battlefield V. Now, the game had this insane chart you had to follow for its release. Depending on what version you bought, you received access to the game at a different time. Obviously, the more expensive versions got you in earlier and earlier. A great start, by the way. I heard everyone loved this aspect. But actually, the drama didn't start there with this game, did it? No, it started all the way back at the original reveal event where many took issue with the robot arm chick feeling a bit out of place in a World War II battlefield. Now, I'm not trying to reopen that can of worms, but the problem here wasn't really the players who had a problem with this. It was the chief creative officer at EA, Patrick Soderlund, who took it upon himself to call these fans, quote, uneducated, and told them that ever so classic line, if you don't like it, don't buy it. And his wish was granted. People didn't buy it as he asked. Better yet, they told their friends not to buy it either, and initial physical sales of the game were down from the previous game, Battlefield 1, by half. Now sure, you could say, oh, well, people are just buying games digitally these days. Sure, but physical down half from the last game, though, that's a pretty steep drop. The official launch of the base game, I guess, again, after all the special and deluxe edition people were able to play, was last Tuesday, the 20th, a little over a week ago from the time of this recording, and right now, the game is on sale at Target for $30. It's discounted at a bunch of other places too. And here, I guess you could kind of say, oh, well, Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals, but a lot of that stuff is over now. But come on, for a game that came out a week ago and half off, now this is still a deal, it's scheduled to end Thursday, but it's not a good sign. In fact, I see it as a desperate attempt to boost sales. Like I said, physical sales are down for sure, and I assume digital is seeing something similar, so it seems to me like they're trying to find a way to at least say sales aren't so bad by moving more units at a discount. This way, say like at the end of the game's first month on the market, they can be like, oh, we ended up selling X copies of the game in the first month, and they can just stay quiet as to what the price is that they actually sold those copies for. I would love to ask somebody at EA if they felt this whole ordeal was worth it to scold the fans. You guys, you really showed those dumb nerds, didn't you? Have fun with yet another FPS disaster. Fallout 76 had similar issues, though I don't think they went as far to attack the player base. But a Bethesda game, a Bethesda multiplayer game, broken on release date? You don't say. The rollout has been so poor that they've come out and officially apologized for releasing this mess and then virtually saying nothing about it. And all they really say is, oh, we're going to do better. We'll just do better for you guys. We're Bethesda. Do you have any reason not to trust that we'll fix our broken game? And surprise, they had similar deals for their game over the weekend. Again, you can claim Cyber Monday, Black Friday, or whatever. But there were a ton of other games that released in the past couple weeks that didn't. Red Dead Redemption 2, please tell me where I could have bought Red Dead Redemption 2 for half off. I really missed out big on that deal. Because the quality games, they maintain their value. People are willing to pay full price to play them. Full price for a better experience. And then there's the other excuse some will peddle, oh, they'll fix it. It'll get better someday. One of my favorites. I always refer back to people blasting me over my initial review for the Master Chief Collection years ago, where I said people should wait because the online was totally broken. You pretty much couldn't even play the game online, a major reason people wanted to buy it. And people in the comments, oh, this idiot, he doesn't know what he's talking about, it'll be fixed soon. Yeah, 4 years later, and they're still doing major bug fixes for that game. Herein lies my other point. Maybe they will be improved soon, a couple of months later, even a few weeks later, but it's not good enough anymore. There are just too many great games releasing almost all the time now for me to want to waste time on stuff that's going to be mediocre or lackluster. I just mentioned Red Dead Redemption 2. I have the game sitting right next to me right now, sealed. I haven't had time to play it yet. I haven't had time to play one of the most critically acclaimed games of the year. You think I'm trying to make time for the jank fest that is Fallout 76? Oh, it'll be great in a few months. Yeah, and 15 better games will have released between now and then. Smash Bros. Ultimate is a little over a week away now. The Resident Evil 2 remake and Kingdom Hearts 3, two of the most anticipated games of this entire generation, okay, are releasing in January. On mobile, you can still get away with that. You know, I mentioned Diablo Immortal at the beginning. I think that game's going to make a ton of money because, you know, most mobile games are trash. So if you do want to go into the business of making half-assed games with no effort, no inspiration, mobile should be your platform of choice. There are always plenty of whales to be milked there. But on consoles, PC, those days are ending, guys. Now, if you want to make money, you're going to have to make good games. And I mean actual good games, not ones that promise to be good games one day, or ones that are going to be littered with microtransactions and loot boxes, because if they are, people are just going to forget about it and go play something else, because there's plenty more games to play. I mean, if you want, you can keep doing what you're doing and have fun explaining your constant failures to your shareholders. I guess over at EA, they must be getting pretty used to it by now. Maybe they like it. Anyway, with that, this video's a wrap. I just want to make a point that, honestly, in terms of game quality, we're actually, I think, in one of the better eras of video games. There are so many quality titles releasing year-round. With social media, whether your game is good or bad, you can't hide it anymore. People are going to know about it pretty much the instant it becomes available for people to play. That's why we're really seeing the rise of like indie games and stuff now. They're thriving so well when you can buy these better experiences at a discounted price. And a lot of these big companies, yeah, your EA, Bethesda, you guys got to get with the program. Let me know your thoughts on the reception of some of these rushed, quick cash grab attempts in the comments. Do you enjoy watching these companies get exactly what they deserve as much as I do? Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this discussion of the not so spectacular reception of Battlefield V and Fallout 76. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. If you want to keep the conversation going, hit me up on Twitter at Johnny Zakari, and join my Discord, ChiGuy and Friends, link to both in the description below. And as always, thanks for watching.